Hello, my name is Philip Peters, and I am a hypnotherapist and psychotherapist in Skerries County, Dublin. And I am making this recording to help you relax and grow in confidence in all situations, and to help you regain emotional control, reacting appropriately in every situation for your own best good. Now you can allow yourself to have courage. There are healthy forces operating in you at all times, and they will help you go forward if you let them. Now, first, a word of caution. Never play this recording where it might be heard by the driver of a moving vehicle. It is a hypnotic recording, and it could allow a driver to relax too deeply. Drivers drive in a nice, safe state of relaxation, and we want to leave them in that nice, safe state of relaxation instead of deepening it. So make sure you're in a safe place where you can relax and concentrate for the next while. Now, if at any time anything needs your attention, you will immediately become aware and deal with it. This is a weight management script. Now, when you first went to school, I'm sure you can remember sometimes being given a short piece of poetry to learn off by heart, so that you could recite it the next morning without the book. And how did you set about this task? I expect that you read the poem over and over again at home, possibly aloud, and each time you did so, a little bit more of it became stuck in your mind, until eventually you could recite the whole of it from memory without referring to the book. Now, this treatment acts in exactly the same way because it is also a learning process. Only instead of having to do it all yourself, every time I repeat these suggestions to you, more and more of them will stick in your unconscious mind, so that you will gradually notice yourself improving in your everyday life. This will happen more quickly and easily when you are wide awake, because whenever you enter into a trance state, your memory becomes greatly improved and your powers of concentration greatly increased. Now, just want you to focus your eyes as you lie there comfortably on the spot in the ceiling, any spot. And in a moment, you're going to notice that your eyelids become heavy. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 10. And as I do, your eyelids will become heavier and heavier. And when I reach the count of 10, your eyelids will close. And you will keep them closed until I tell you to open them up. 1. They're getting very heavy. They're getting heavier and heavier. 2. Your eyelids are getting very heavy. You feel sleepy all over. You get sleepier and sleepier. You feel sleepy all over. You get sleepier and sleepier. Your eyes are getting very, very tired. They burn, they smart, they water. And you cannot keep them open. 3. They are getting heavier and heavier. 4. You go into a deeper and deeper and more quiet state of relaxation. You become sleepier and sleepier all over. 5. You're getting sleepier and sleepier and sleepier. 6. You notice that your eyelids have become very heavy. It's very difficult to keep them open. They begin to close, close. They're closing, closing. 7. They're getting very, very heavy. 8. They're getting so heavy that when I reach the count of 10, they will close. And you will go into a very restful sleep. 9. They're getting very heavy. They begin to close. They're getting heavier and heavier. 10. They close. And you keep them closed until I tell you to open them again. Now, that's right. With your eyes closed, you can continue to relax. Though, of course, you may be more aware of some things than you were before. The sounds in the room, the sound of my voice, sensations in hands or feet, thoughts and images that drift into the mind automatically. Because with the eyes closed, it becomes easier and easier to become more and more aware of a variety of things that otherwise would go overlooked or ignored. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, and the alteration of awarenesses as the mind begins to experience that gradual letting go. Letting go even of the effort it takes to be aware of exactly where the arms are positioned, or the hands or fingers, and even the effort it takes to be aware of which leg seems to relax more quickly or completely than the other may seem to be too much effort to bother making. But it takes time to experience that letting go in your own time, in your own way. As you begin to learn even more than before about your own ability to relax and let go, and the mind begins to flow down toward that place of quietness and calm awarenesses, a place that almost seems to give off signals that direct awarenesses down toward it, into it, more and more completely, more and more effortlessly. A place of effortless relaxation and letting go, where even the effort it takes to be aware of the sound of my voice or the meaning of my words may almost seem to be too much effort to bother making. So much easier simply to relax and allow events to occur almost by themselves, a drifting down and a drifting back upward towards the surface of wakeful awarenesses. At time, and that's fine. It all belongs to you. Because you have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And that unconscious mind, the back of the mind, can continue to hear, to understand, and respond to those things I might say without the need for you to do anything at all. It's so much easier for the conscious mind to be able to relax and enjoy that drifting down into that place of quiet calmness and effortless awarenesses of many different things without needing to make an effort even to remember exactly how to make the effort it might take to tell the exact position of the entire body that seems to float in time and space, that free-floating place of effortless letting go and allowing events to occur in their own time and in their own way. And that's right. The unconscious mind can allow that drifting to occur, while the conscious mind drifts off someplace else entirely now. And that's right. In your own time, in your own way, aware of events that occur along the way. As the unconscious mind begins to utilize that opportunity to alter your experience and to continue that learning in whatever way is the right way for you. Learning that feeling of letting go, of allowing the unconscious mind to assume more responsibility for guiding and directing awarenesses as you continue to explore your own abilities and capacities, to learn as you relax and enter into that trance more and more completely, more and more comfortably, more and more effortlessly than before. That's right. Now you've been made waiting many years to say the last word on this subject. And your last word is still there, in reserve. Spending a lifetime arming yourself with final words, like the forest animals who store up nuts and berries for a long winter, or collect every form of twig, leaf, paper, string, to structure an elaborate nest as shelter from the winter's cold or a lurking predator, real or imagined. Perhaps a memory of the words a mother sings to her sleeping child, rocking, rocking, words of a soothing lullaby, full of safety, warmth. And you can drift away on words, recalling the word you really want to say. As soon as you get the chance, and chances are, as you drift, you recognize some part of you that's only just begun to find a voice of confidence and belief in yourself and your ability to solve this problem once and for all. To exercise your privilege, your right to have the body you desire. And you can offer yourself large portions of self-confidence, large portions of self-absorption, large helpings of self-esteem, voicing the part of you that knows the words to your body's song. And anyone who gets to know how Vivian knows she spent 10 years of her childhood taking voice lessons 2 or 3 times a week. And it was difficult at times to give up playing with the other kids. After school, to walk the mile or two a day to the huge white house where our singing teacher lived, until she discovered that she could make a game of it, wondering as she walked how persons in so many houses lived their lives from day to day. And soon she felt as if she was not giving up a thing, not playing with the other kids. The game she played was so stimulating and rewarding. And so when she finally reached her singing teacher's home, she was completely ready to begin and to work on exercising her voice and learning to manage and use it exactly as the musical instrument it was. Not many people even realize the multiple and various ways there are to train a voice. But she certainly discovered them, exercising vocal cords 3 times, 5 times a week, carefully monitoring herself to nurture herself to take care of herself in every way, and gaining in confidence, gaining in skill, gaining in self knowledge, as she put every bit of energy into shaping her voice into its richest, sweetest tones. And she sang publicly and privately for many years, and never felt a bit of stage fright, even when the audience really couldn't appreciate how operatic quality of her voice, and would have preferred a thinner, less resonant voice. Of course, for her, it never seemed a problem that her voice was so much bigger than others, although she knew it sometimes was, for her high school chorus teacher, who kept giving Vivian a signal to tone it down. She really believed everyone should look and sound the same. So Vivian would struggle to fit in and sing along, not drawing attention to herself. And it wasn't until she went to college and sang in the choruses, where everyone was talented, that she knew it was okay to be more gifted than the people singing with her. And she learned that it doesn't matter if you fit in. In fact, it's much more fun to stand out, be different. Now, about this business of losing weight, you can wait to begin, but haven't you waited long enough? When you reach that fork in the road, you know you're going to make a choice to leave something before you behind and continue on your journey, remembering something you forgot that you know. Now, eating is for pleasure, and you've forgotten how to experience the pleasure of feeling hungry, the pleasure of feeling full, the pleasure of feeling satisfied, the pleasure of saying, no, thank you. No, you can eat a lot, but you don't need to get much pleasure. You can eat less and get more pleasure. You can want less and have more pleasure. You can heighten your metabolism, feel the warmth caressing your skin, spreading through your arms, your legs. You feel the pleasure of less is more. As you experience the increased energy warming you all over, feeling the pleasure of having the body you desire. And you don't have to wait any longer to exercise your ability, your right, to gain the body you desire. Remembering that time in your life when you knew how beautiful you are. Recognizing the corpus of knowledge you have, and speaking your mind once and for all. the reserve of last words finally voiced. Hearing your voice as it fills the emptiness with sound. So in a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And on the count of 5 you'll be fully aware once again. 1, slowly, calmly, gently return to your full awareness once again. 2, each nerve and muscle in your body is loose, limp and relaxed. You feel wonderfully good. 3, from head to toe you feel perfect in every way. And the number 4, your eyes feel as though they've been bathed in cool, fresh spring water. And the number 5, now eyes open, fully aware, stretch and smile.